Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another week of Curse of Strahda e Terra. I am Jonathan Kenny, and these are the Forget-Me-Nots. We're just gonna jump right back into it because, like most of the end of my sessions, we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm really good at that. So last time, the party, the Forget-Me-Nots, having successfully made their way into Kresk, talked to the Burgomaster, convinced them that there were definitely no undead or evil creatures among the party with a silver dagger, and then took a very well-deserved night off at a hot springs that exists within the town walls, because I said so.
Nicely.
Because they asked nicely, but also because it's my world and I can do what I want. There was much shenaniganery. Some secrets were discovered for some people. A lot of heart-to-hearts happened, and a lot of discussion about what the hell they're doing and what to do next. Eventually, though, playtime was over, and they left the hot springs and the oddly apathetic person that was letting people into the hot springs, passing by a supposedly consecrated and blessed lake or pond, and making their way back to the Burgomaster's house, asking, hey, is there anywhere we could stay for the night? And he was like, you could try the abbey. And they were like, we'll pass. And he was like, why don't you go talk to the blacksmith then? Maybe he has a big house. His family died. He's probably got some open rooms. And they were like, bet. They went back to the blacksmith's house, and with a little convincing, he agreed to let them stay for the night. Upon which even more shenaniganery happened, including an attempt to steal the personal effects of the Vistani barbarian of the group, which definitely didn't happen, and the Ratman did not have the biggest moment of oops, I fucked up of his life. Thankfully, or maybe not thankfully, everything turned out fine at the end of the night. Nobody was caught, and no secrets were revealed. And the party went to sleep, during which time they had a lovely dream, during which they saw 3 scenes of destruction and carnage. The Locky, Kresk, and the winery under threat from outside forces, and a mysterious voice that told them, I do hope that you make the right choice. And that is where we left off. So, if you have not taken your long rest, make sure you do that now. And you all wake up in the morning, and the day is yours.
Aster is still asleep over Reyna's bag. Unless Ashai did something.
No.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
As with most weeks that I am not here, Prospero is usually shit-faced drunk to the point of it's debilitating.
You were passed out drunk in Rictavio's wagon.
Got it.
But I will say that you woke up earlier than everybody else because you went to bed earlier than everyone else and asked the Burgomaster where the party went. And without even checking in with the blacksmith, who is probably still asleep downstairs, stumble upstairs into the room where everybody is, probably very waking up everybody.
Actually, what I do is that I leave a note.
Okay.
and I just go off drinking. CAPT dot P.
Captain P.
and and then I just go to the nearest tavern.
There's no taverns.
There's no
Well,
taverns.
No
Unfortunately.
taverns?
There's no taverns in Crest.
So we just find Prospero crying in the middle of the street.
You literally have the only alcohol in your
I was gonna say,
glass.
like, you don't need a tavern. You have an endless decanter of
That's true.
wine.
Of wine. Yeah. Okay. Still leave the note,
Sure.
but it's just gonna be I'm outside the house in the wagon drinking.
It's fair.
In the way.
I mean, there's no tiger there anymore, so.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, funny story. You leave them a message. You go back to the wagon, and there's a message on the wagon that says, "Off hunting. Find you later. R."
I don't like that.
No, it's
He probably had. I wonder if he had the same dream. Anyways,
I would like to investigate that.
Go ahead. Make a perception check.
Yes, I will do.
This is
Guys, it's my first roll in like 2 weeks. Oh my god!
Owie, kazowie.
wowie kazowie.
Wowie kazowie. Secret, sir?
Yes, please.
Roll it.
Tell me what exactly you're looking for. Are you just looking for like a hidden message in the note, or
I want to see in the wagon what tools he took and kind of discern like what is he hunting.
you remember the last time you looked through his stuff, most of his tools he had kept in the tower. He has some things in the wagon, but they're mostly things to sell his ruse of being Rictavio.
Mhm.
So you look through, and unless there's like a hidden compartment you're missing, nothing really looks out of place. It's just a scrapbook of stories and songs in development. There's a musical instrument and like a mummer's costume, but nothing, no conspicuous absence of stakes or silver daggers or anything like that. But you don't remember seeing that the last time you looked through his stuff anyway.
I look at the note and I look at the wagon. I go, I can't drink in peace ever. God fucking damn it. And I take the note down and I go back inside reluctantly, stomping my feet with my fucking with my goblet of morning wine, just and I go.
Do you manifest fluffy slippers from somewhere?
Yeah, I go to where is there like the way that the house is laid out, is it like some houses where there's like a little like landing above the stairs where like that leads to a hallway with the bedrooms are at? Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
I will await there. If there is a chair present, I will sit in that chair and I will proceed to drink.
Since you weren't here when everybody else looked through the upstairs, it's quite a bit dustier than the downstairs. The inhabitant clearly doesn't go to the top floor very often for whatever reason. It's, as far as you can tell, just the one blacksmith that lives here, but there used to be a lot more people that lived here. So there's like a one chair in the hallway that's got a few cobwebs on it, so you just dust it off and sit in it and wait for everybody. Smash cut back to everybody waking up.
Well,
Aster
chances.
curled around Reyna's pack.
Sorry, were you saying something, Ridley?
Go ahead.
Reyna will wake up and hold her head from the dream that she just had and like look over at her pack and see Aster. Are you still like?
Yes, he is like wrapped around it like you would
It's
see
like,
a rat
we just dropped him with it.
in a
So.
circle. Yeah.
The tail's literally like wrapped around, like I'm locked onto the bag because I know Ajay is gonna be like,
turned into a possum.
yeah, I'm like, Mine.
She'll lean over to Aster and just gently put a hand on his back and be like, Asta?
He's gonna kind of rustle in his sleep, and very groggily be like, "Yes, Teddy."
Oh. Five minutes in, we've already broken Jess.
You broke her.
With one line, you broke Jess.
Got him, just like yesterday.
She's gonna be like, Asta, why are you on my pack?
I oh wow, oh, why was I here again? My eyes dart around the room, looking at several people at once, and then looking back at you. It was cozy and I was cold.
All right. Okay. Can you get off of my pack?
Yeah, also, I have something to tell you before anyone wakes up,
Okay.
but you're gonna be mad at me.
Hey, Ashai, make a perception check.
I hate you so much.
I mean, what about chance? I've got like a plus 12.
Perception. Oh, right. I keep
This
forgetting where
can
perception.
be out front. This can be out front.
It's not gonna be good.
Very obvious.
Oh.
That's actually not bad. What's your passive stealth? What's your stealth DC, Aster?
That's like 18, I think.
Ashai, everybody's kind of groggily waking up around the same time. Ashai wakes up fast enough to hear Aster starting to say that.
I zoned out for 2 seconds at the wrong time. Can you repeat what you started to say, Ireena?
I need to tell you something, but you're gonna be mad at me.
Okay, I'm gonna run over and just
You
put a hand.
Jump from
No, not jump, not run. I'm just gonna
Just,
walk
like,
over
tumbling
and
out
put
of the bedroll.
Workhork. Put like a hand on your shoulder that looks like it's lovingly, but I start squeezing.
Yeah. Okay. You look at Aster and he's like, Ireena, can we talk somewhere else, please?
Of course we can talk somewhere else.
Do you want to take your bag too?
I was just gonna leave it here, if that's okay.
Oh, don't do that.
Is Ireena awake?
Ireena is awake, yeah, sure, at this point. I
right.
think by this point everybody's fully awake and conscious.
How are you all this morning?
Could be better.
Weird
I had
dream.
a very strange dream.
Have the most peaceful rest now.
What
Chance
about?
is dead silent against the window, but shaking.
I don't usually have dreams, but I had one last night.
Wait,
Mm,
what kind of dream did everyone have?
John is taunting us about making the right choice.
that's exactly what I dreamt.
I did as
Vision
well.
then.
It wasn't just me?
If anyone wants to make whatever their best spellcasting check is to see if they can figure out what's
Yes.
going on.
I shall make an esoteric lore check. You're correct.
Shalt.
I shall make an esoteric lore check.
Does Arcana count?
Arcana, occult, divine, nature.
Just
Or
I don't know how
esoteric
to
mage.
do a spell casting check, so
It's just your skill check. Sorry.
I'm just gonna do a religion check.
Yes, that is what I meant.
We live in a religion.
It's
No.
okay, I can't read.
I did not do that privately. I'm so sorry.
First of all,
Wow.
how dare you?
Well, I can tell you already that Chance and Clara, you are aware that there is a dream or a spell that is used by many practitioners of multiple disciplines called Dream. whereupon you can beam words and visions into somebody's mind as they dream. For them to do it to multiple people suggests a very strong ritual caster.
Whoever sent us that vision, as of right now, it's a vision, nothing more. People are attempting to demoralize us, scare us off the path we're on. I think we're heading in the right direction.
You just hear from the window, her name's Ludmilla.
Caster?
Who is she?
She's the
Was
one that
she
killed me.
Another vampire?
Yeah.
Clara will just get up from her bed and go sit a chance on the windowsill. Not saying anything, just being there.
And why they may be visions now, I assure you she pretty good about keeping her promises.
I do not understand what the meaning of this dream was.
I think we have to choose who to save.
Did you guys see each town we've been to, or is it like one, or?
All three places. The winery, Vallaki, and here.
I'm not
Wait,
going
was
back to
Barovia-
Vallaki.
Was
You did
Barovia
not see,
included?
you did not
Okay.
see Barovia, no. It was Vallaki, Kresk, and the winery. Or the forest near the winery.
How were they destroyed in our vision then?
You didn't see them destroyed, you just saw them under threat. Although you did see that Vallaki was already on fire,
Okay.
somewhat. Or there were at least the sounds of screams.
To call the ravens. Send a message to the innkeepers we were staying with or the Vistani nearby. At least figure out what's happening back in Vallaki. And we can send a message back to the winery with the ravens. See if they're still safe. So at least we can know what's going on.
It is smart.
I think if we are going to keep heading down the path most of us seem to be on, and facing off against this family of vampires, the name of the game right now is information. Not strong enough yet.
Did like the abbey would have answers.
Go check.
Shy, perhaps you'll have the bands. Perhaps you and one of the rest of us would send the messages out while another group goes to the abbey. Because I know it's you. There's a whole situation there.
Ireena and I
also
can do
find
that.
the note that Prospero left and be like, we probably need to go find him.
Clara, I thought you also wanted to go check out the old shrine.
Oh, yeah. That too, but it's not as pressing as Dever Hell Ludmilla showed us last night.
True.
Perhaps after we talk to the people at the abbey.
Well, how should we split up?
I think we should find the last of our party first.
That's true.
Maybe thank our host for his hospitality.
Well, we were supposed to do something for him, though.
Mission him, right?
Yes, but we were looking for something, materials for something.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted something interesting to make.
Sarah's eyes drift towards Ashai's broken horns. Oh. We are all interesting people. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I agree.
What were we supposed to find for him?
He didn't specify any specific material or weapon. I think somebody mentioned some
Knitting
materials.
needles? Wasn't it?
Now, the rest, you guys told me to put deadly knitting needles in my hair.
Yeah.
Like silver knitting needles.
That's like I thought that was our. That was
He
our.
was
What we're
kind
gonna
of
do.
like, I think his immediate was like, I'm really tired of working with silver. I've worked with nothing but silver for the past several years.
And I said we could potentially find Sister Stone, which is potent against creatures like, I believe, werewolves and vampires. Don't know where to find that in Kresk, though.
Let's get Prospero first.
Okay.
As the first of you walks out of the door and looks down to the hallway, you just see Prospero just sitting there with his wine, just patiently waiting, just like, oh, good morning.
Well, restorative business accomplished. Good work, everyone.
I'm surprised you're speaking.
I've had my morning wine this morning, so
Right.
Yay. All right. So, our reclusive escort has left a note for us. I tried doing some discerning from what he was doing by investigating the wagon, and I could not find anything, but I figured I'd pass this along to the rest of you. And I hand Clara the note.
Hunting. She'll kind of eye the rest of the group. You think he is hunting anyone in particular?
Do you think he also had the dream?
I think he wants revenge. I mean, he is a hunter. That's what he's done.
Possibly. I mean, I tend to think that he had a pretty close relationship with that tiger. I used to have a dog. Unfortunately, it got lost in a forest somewhere. I think he's fine. Possibly. It's been years.
Clara snaps her Ziggy into existence, and she's like, yeah, well, I understand the feeling. So,
Right, so what's our next course of action?
It's our order of business this morning.
I think we were gonna divide and
conquer.
some go to the abbey, some send out messages via ravens.
And talk to our host.
Well, we should, yeah.
About
talk to the host.
compensation.
Okay.
Maybe the people that are not going to the abbey should talk to the host. Just
That was
because
a
the
good idea.
the ravens are not going to take more than a couple minutes.
I can stay back from the abbey.
I
also have to.
What is it that we're trying to repay our host with?
They let us stay here, so we're going
We're
in
going to
turn.
commission him.
Yes.
I see. All right, I'll do whatever that leads to.
Wait, Clara, are you not going to the abbey?
Oh, no, I am going to the abbey, of course.
Oh, okay. I'll go with you.
Chance, would you like to come with us?
I can go either place.
Ireena, what about you?
Just looks over at Reyna.
I think you should. And then she leans over and whispers in your ear, "Keep an eye on Chance."
All right. I guess I'll be going to the abbey then.
Even numbers. Good to me.
Well, we've seen the everything down here. The abbey is still an unknown variable, so it makes sense to send more people up there.
Perhaps we'll
Asta-
take a look at that pool.
Before we
Yeah.
split, did you have something you wanted to talk to me about?
Yeah. Can I
Ashai
do
is
that?
staring you down.
Can I, Aster's looking at the floor. Can we do that in private, please?
Of course. We can. Why don't the rest of you find our host? Is he in the house, or did you say he went?
Downstairs.
He's downstairs. You haven't. Crossbow didn't see him on his way up, but it's also still very early.
Why don't the rest of you thank our host for his hospitality, and Asta and I will step outside.
All right, I suppose we can get the ball moving as far as payment, even though I didn't quite stay in this house.
Well, we may be here for a couple of days yet, so it never hurts to have more allies.
That's entirely fair. All right, who's fuck it, I'm gonna go downstairs.
I mean, all of us are going at this point, and then
Right.
Reina and
Yeah.
Aster are just having a little.
Ashai's not leaving the room.
Chance knows what happens when she's just gonna leave.
Ireena walks over to Ashai, and she just kind of looks at you, and under her breath says, "Whatever it is that you fucked up,
Oh.
I don't think you're going to be able to keep it under wraps if Aster really wants to tell her."
The assumptions.
Aster, could I have a word with you first?
No. Very
Someone
fast.
needs to tell me what is going on, or I'm gonna lose my shit.
Okay, let's go over here. I grab your hand and I walk over.
I follow you.
No!
Ireena also, there's just this little foursome in the corner.
Well then,
Is there a latrine somewhere? An outhouse of some sort?
Just say it, Aster.
Okay. So, do you remember... Aster starts whispering. To make sure you don't listen to Shy. Do you remember how
I'm
last
listening.
night... I hate you so much. Do you remember how last night, you said I could look at the tarot deck?
Vaguely.
Okay, well, here's the tarot deck. But also... I grabbed something else.
Okay. Wait, did you not put Did you not put them back in the bag? Are you handing them?
Yeah, I'm handing them to you.
Okay.
I might have grabbed your journal.
Okay.
And opened it. But then I closed it really fast, and then I didn't look at it any further, and Ashai really wanted to look at it, so she got really mad at me, and so I decided to hide over the pack, but then Chance woke up, and I decided to... And then she started blaming everything on me to Chance, and I didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to let you know before anyone else told you. And now she won't leave me alone because...
Reina looks at...
Ireena just puts her hand on your shoulder, like,
Mhm.
I think they get it. It's fine.
Reina looks at Aster, and then Ashai. Whose idea was it?
It was mine. I'm so sorry. But then Ashai wanted to keep going, and I don't want to keep looking at it.
How much of it did you see?
I was on the first page because I felt really guilty afterwards. I really feel really bad. I'm sorry about my wife. Ah!
You only saw the first
I
page.
was on the first page. I'm so sorry. He looks like he's constipated.
I mean, you think with all those nerves, he'd be having diarrhea.
I'm already shitting.
What exactly prompted you to take my journal?
I don't know. I was curious. I'm so sorry.
I think I'm just reminding you because I don't know if you remember. Like, you did see Reyna look at her journal before you all went to sleep, and she seemed a bit off after looking at the journal. You don't necessarily have to say that's the reason you did it. I'm just in case that bit was forgotten in the last 2 weeks.
Did you hand me back the journal?
It's back in the bag.
Okay.
The journal was back in your bag, yeah.
I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah. I looked
Neither
at it, I put it
are
back in the
you.
bag, and sorry.
Neither of you are to touch my journal ever again.
Okay, I promise.
You read the first page, correct?
Yes.
So you understand how meaningful it is to me.
Mm-hmm.
Asta, I am so disappointed in you.
I know, I'm so sorry.
And she just turns around and walks out.
But, why did you get your thing back before anybody else?
She's walking out.
He immediately regretted asking that.
I
looks at Aster sit in a corner and just...
I bop Aster on the back of the head like a sibling.
Just give slap. Just.
Why did you say anything?
Because you were going to say the wrong thing and it wasn't true and you're going to tell lies. I don't like lies.
I wasn't going to say anything else.
Aster goes sits in the corner of the room.
I follow Reyna downstairs.
The rest of you just watch Reyna like leave the room, pissed off,
slamming shit, stomping.
Meanwhile, downstairs, the rest of you are like looking around for Geralt. You don't see him immediately. There's like a kitchen down here that's got a lot of dirty dishes in it. Forge that isn't turned on yet. There's a few other rooms that all look closed, possibly locked.
Clara wanders into the kitchen and starts doing the dishes. I'm not gonna look through his shit.
What is it? Who's in the... And you just, one of the doors like flies open and you see Geralt with like a ball peen hammer in one of his hands and just like runs into the kitchen like, oh right, I've got guests.
Sorry, I thought I would read.
You don't have to do that. Sorry. Oh, what time is it? He looks out the window and is like,
Morning, I
"How
guess."
early do you all get up?"
It was a fitful night.
Okay, well, do whatever the hell you want. Cook yourself some food. I'm going back to bed.
Do you want breakfast?
No, it's fine. If you really feel like you have to, just leave some out.
We're gonna leave some out.
He looks half asleep now that the danger has passed.
I am danger. I am the night.
Not sponsored.
Does Clara know how to cook?
Her mother was a baker. Yes, she
Okay.
knows how to cook.
Well, baking and cooking are actually very different.
Science me in my own house.
Aye, she's got you there.
She makes some perfectly passable breakfast with whatever is left in the icebox and the pantry.
I've cooked you guys breakfast on the road.
Does anyone like thank him before he leaves?
Yes.
Like you said, we're going to.
I
He's
will
like
take
halfway to the
I
door.
will take him a plate of food after we finish eating, and then thank him.
I told you, just leave it there. It's too early for this shit.
I just wanted to say thank you for allowing us to stay.
Don't thank me. Just give me something interesting to make. That's all.
I'm just like
that from the next room?
Yeah,
or,
sure.
from the kitchen.
Yeah.
I look over and I go, "You want something interesting to make, do you?"
Oh, fuck. You hear him like from behind the door, just like you hear like stuff moving around. He opens the door. It's still bleary-eyed. Like, yes. What? Who are you?
Oh, I was sleeping in the wagon because I was passed out drunk, but I am with them.
Ah, man after my own heart.
Hey,
Uh,
you want some morning wine?
oh, parrot the dog, please.
I give
Takes a
him.
sip.
Manly bonding, manly.
I say, oh, you could chug it. Watch it. Look.
Holy shit!
Hey, that's mine, though. Give me that.
Oh. You gotta get me one of those.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
So you
it's
said-
pretty great.
You said something interesting.
Hey, so you see this, and I hold up my gun.
Oh, I've heard of some of these. There are a couple of adventures that came through a few years ago. Had something, not something this fine, but it's a lead shooter, right?
Aye. And it's got a lot of smaller bits and such.
Mhm.
But I figured that might be a challenge for you, getting the puzzle right and such. But I was wondering if you can get me one that was real big, fluted barrel, and I could just stick whatever the fuck I want in there, and just bam, big explosion, big spread. It's called a blunderbuss where I'm from.
Do you have any extra ones around so I could maybe take it apart, look at it?
I don't. I do have an extra pistol. So you can by all means take a look at that as your reference guide.
Takes it very reverently and just like is immediately like looking at it, is like, you don't mind if I take this apart?
I don't. I got like 3 more, so it's
Alright.
fine.
No, if I know how a small one works, I can make a big one. That's for sure. Oh, I consider that payment.
Aye. Alright then. Beautiful. Glad we can come to an arrangement.
You see the sleepiness has disappeared from his eyes, and he's now like looking and getting ready to disassemble his pistol. Just kind of absent-mindedly walks over to the forge. You see him like starting the bellows and getting it like all fired up. Completely in his own world at this point.
Wonderful. Was there anything else that you might have needed by chance? Something for your own projects and such?
If you come across anything, right now I don't have any. You're the first commissions I've had besides the Bellevues up at the Abbey, and mostly they just want silver-infused weapons, so...
We'll let you know if we come across something.
I mean, like, there's a lot of werewolf fighting, so there's a lot of silver going around. Not much call for anything more interesting than that when you're fighting wolves.
That there is.
Go on, have away with you. It'll take me a few days at least to figure this one out.
Hey, thank you.
You hear like a loud crack as he like pulls the
I'm
and,
fine.
like, no, it's fine. I can put it back. See, and it just kind of like 2 parts fall apart in his hands. Like, no, it's experimentation. That's what this part is for.
Aye, you're right. You're fine. It's fine. All right, I'm leaving. I'm good.
What's this powder? This is a small explosion. Very small, like a little bit of gunpowder like fell into the forge, and there's soot on his face now.
Oh, good God! All right.
Explosive.
Be a
got
house
it.
when we get back.
Speaking of which, I actually need to get some more powder because someone upstairs currently owes me a powder horn.
They all walk downstairs at this point. After their talk, and they finish their food in the morning.
Hey.
Right.
You. 6'5" and lumbering and fucking sad all the time.
Excuse me.
Hey, you. Excellent. You understood me. Listen, you owe me a powder horn.
Okay, and where am I going to get a powder horn for you? And why do I owe you a powder horn?
Because I had to sacrifice it when we were running away from... What the fuck was it? What we were...
I don't remember. I can't remember at all.
Yeah, it's been
It was the
days.
chase out of Valaki.
Yeah,
Oh.
So...
When you made the big boom.
A big boom. So, I need a new powder horn, and you're going to supply me with one. Whether or not you can find it is not my purview, but I will try to help you at the very least. So, I'm assuming cannons exist. Yeah.
Possibly. You haven't seen any, but you haven't really you didn't get a good look at the battlements of Castle Ravenloft when you passed by.
All right. Now look, I don't know if powder's even a thing here. There might be some fucking nut job that's got a shop somewhere this is his fucking life's work. I don't know. But might be in Kresk's. I promise I'm still evening out. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I don't know if there's one in Kretsk, but I guarantee you there's probably at least someone that's got some powder. So, help me find. So you help me find it, and we'll be on our way.
Raina takes her bag, and shuffles through it, grabs 50 coins, throws them at you. Okay. And says, you find your own powder box, or whatever it is. And then she's just going to go I need a break from all of you. I am going for a run. You do whatever you need to do.
Is she wearing a long cloak thing?
She's got a cape on, yeah.
Okay, I take my sword and I stab the cloak down into the ground.
Whoa.
Just the cloak, just so she knows that she gets the...
Prospero!
I thought we had...
You're going to help me get a powder horn.
I gave you the coin for it. You find it yourself. I don't even know what you need.
You can either help me find it, or make your life miserable for the next couple of weeks or so.
She's gonna take her cape off and walk out.
I follow Raina out.
I think she is already miserable.
Joke's on you, I'm already miserable.
The secret is that I'm always angry.
That's the secret, guys. I'm always crying.
So who's going to the Abbey again? Because now she's going on a run.
Me and Aster and Ireena and Chance.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Aster hasn't come down though.
I look at the...
I'll go get Aster.
I look at the cape on the ground and I go, hey Clara, try this on. It's probably going to be funny.
Does Clara put it on?
She's swimming in it even more.
Oh yeah, there's an extra foot. There's an extra foot just dragging on the ground behind her like a train.
Clara, I am darkness. I am the night.
She does a little flappy flap in it before she's like, can't let people see me being this silly. And then she takes it off and just she folds it and puts it on a chair.
Chance is gonna go get Aster. Just kind of walk into the room and just look at him like he's curled up in a corner, right?
Yeah, he's very nervously jotting stuff down in a corner, muttering to himself.
It's you okay? Let me guess, you told her everything.
I told her everything and she's still really mad at me. I don't like
No,
this
she's just always mad.
No, I don't like that she's mad at me.
She's literally mad at everyone.
That's not true. She's a complex being like all of us. We have to learn people's perspectives, and I did something wrong.
I mean, she does kind of keep a lot from us, so you were just curious.
Right, but it's her time to share that, not my time to take that from her.
I'm just saying we all get curious.
I should have just asked.
Honestly, it was kind of amusing. I've never seen that side of you.
I don't follow that impulsive instinct that much. It's not great.
Do you want me to help you get back at Ashai?
No. That just makes everything worse. We are going to move forward and be healthy, coping individuals.
She literally threw you under the bus.
I know, and I'm going to
Or
talk
wagon,
to her and
under the
have.
wagon.
I'm gonna have a very. What's a bus?
Under the wagon.
Writes down BUS. Find out what bus is. Is that like a flight? Because I know flying is like a thing for some people and not for other people. And
I don't know how to fly. I don't know.
okay, are we ready to go to the Abbey now?
Well, Ireena ran off again.
She ran off? Oh no.
No, I think Prospero tried to stab her. I'm not sure. I don't know. I
What?
was doing it.
I run downstairs.
I think you get downstairs just as Clara is taking off the cloak.
Where's Reina? Did you kill her?
Blow her up!
You blew her up! He passes out.
All right. This is too much. Oh, get out of my house. You've slept for the night. Now get out of my house. I need to work.
Faster.
He's like twitching on the floor.
I just hold him over my shoulder to walk out with him.
You all leave the house.
I do the thing where like you have me, but then I do the like where the dog's like running in its sleep. I'm like, Reina!
So smash cut to Reina starting her run and Ashai following close behind.
It's jogging. I imagine it sounds like a horse.
You got 2 halves of coconut. You better not sponsor.
Banging them together.
So yeah, you hear that behind you.
As if I hear you clopping. She's not gonna turn around.
The clopping of my.
Stop it, all of you.
The clop of my ass cheeks.
Yeah, the clop of your.
She's too dummy thick. Oh, I'm sorry for the audience.
No, you're not. Shai doesn't say anything, but she is like jogging next to you.
Next to me?
Yeah.
Ashai, go back.
No.
I'm just as much upset with you as I am with Asta. Why did you not stop him? We both know that Asta gets curious, and it leads him places he should not be. And you didn't stop him?
I wanted to read more.
It's not your business. It is private.
Is it?
Of course, yes.
I heard you, I assume speaking to Strahda in the woods, before Van Richten attacked us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something about your star needs you.
Ashai, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just want to know what is going on. I'd like to have all the information.
Going on with what?
You can play dumb all you like. It's not going to change my curiosity.
You can be curious all you want.
She continues running.
Just kiss already. God damn it.
Sexual tension is really thick, right?
It's really high. It's like up here.
You continue on your run. Reina, where are you going as part of it? Are you like running to somewhere, or are you like heading
No, she's
back
just
to
going on a work. She's working out.
Sure. I'm just like, are you circling back to the blacksmith's house, or are you doing it as part of like heading to wherever you're going today? Since the Shy is following you.
Well, since the Shy is following me, she'll do a couple circles around town.
Both of you make me athletics checks.
About to be real embarrassing for me.
Could be.
Public or private?
I already
This can be
rolled it
public.
public.
Oh no! Surprising. You do have a hero point if you want to reroll
No,
it.
this is funny.
Surprisingly, Ashai is not only keeping pace with you, but kind of leading the pack a little bit.
So I assert
You don't
dominance.
know if she had a better night's sleep than you, or what's up, but you did not expect Ashai to be able to keep up with someone of your size and strength, but here she is.
Raina's gonna get visibly stressed out that you're outrunning her and try and pick up the pace a little bit.
It kind of helps when you're a vampire and you don't need to breathe.
True.
That's true.
And sleep. She didn't sleep last night because she doesn't need to, right?
I slept
She has
my
to sleep
4
time,
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like an elf.
Vraina's gonna get kind of peeved off and be like, I'll race you to the bathhouse. And just start taking off to the bathhouse.
I swerve off in that direction.
Make me another athletics check.
We're both getting tired.
Wow. Yeah, you're both getting tired, but Reina changing the pace lets her get out in front, and the Shy does not manage to catch up in time when Reina beats you to the front desk, sweat pouring down her face, but she beats you by a solid second.
She just has this huge smile on her face as she's standing there sweating and breathing. I knew I could beat you. Shall
She
we?
just
And she points to the
smiles
bath.
and walks ahead. Is the emo lady
Hello,
still
and
there?
welcome to the Kresk bathhouse. There are towels inside in the cubbies, and you can leave your things there as well.
Can I ask, does Reina understand what's going on with her having been around Barovia for a while?
Make this would be an occultism check. Secret.
I'm not good at that.
You think about it, you've definitely, now that they've been pointed out to Clara, she's aware of them, but I think you've been in Barovia long enough to know that there are certain people that just don't seem quite all there, but your focus has been elsewhere, both
Okay.
before working for Strahda and after.
Okay.
So, no, she definitely is off-putting. The fact that she gave you the exact same reply as she did yesterday and barely seems to recognize you, but why that is, you have no idea. The two of you walk in, start stripping, and we're going to jump back to the rest of the party. So where's everybody going? I know
guess-
some people are going to Abbey.
The Abbey
Some
then?
people,
Does anyone want to help me find powder?
We might be able to find it on the way to the Abbey, maybe?
Is there a market district right before the Abbey? I don't
Kresk
recall
is-
ever going.
Kresk is a very closed off town. There is not there is like a general store, but it's not like the one you found in Vallaki. It's more just like somebody's house where they have a bunch of stuff out front that they've traded from other people that they don't need anymore, or that they've adventurers who've died that have passed by. You might be able to find a powder horn in there.
All right, let's pass by the general store on the way to the Abbey, I suppose.
All right.
I mean, if we find the components for it, can you make your own powder?
Would I be able to like discern what the fuck is in powder? Because all I think Prospero would know is just I get powder, put in gun, it go boom.
He's not smart.
Because it's saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal that make it up.
I would say Prospero make either a recall knowledge crafting check, or if you have a lore, that would be appropriate here. Make a recall knowledge lore.
Pirate lore.
Yeah, hashtag pirate lore.
Hashtag pirate lore.
Lore. I have no lore skills. Wow.
You should.
Um,
Oh, that might not be from your background.
Nope. Let's see. Crafting?
Yeah,
Oh god.
you're trying to see if you understand how to make.
Prospero,
powder.
if you have
Huh?
a little sample, do you mind if I take a look? Maybe I can figure it out.
I think I have like one fucking little bit of reserves left in my like tiny one. I pull out like this tiny little vial of powder. That I've been like using sparingly.
I do a crafting check to see if I can figure out what it's made of.
Yeah, sure. Did you want to also try Prospero, or are you letting?
Is there a way that I can assist?
You could make an aid check, and that can be out front.
Aid? Okay.
DC is
be-
20.
It's just a straight like a 20 roll.
It's whatever skill that you're using to aid her. It could be history, it could be crafting, whatever you think is appropriate for trying to help her with this.
I am going to use. I suppose I'll use crafting. There's nothing really else like fits as far as this goes.
Sure.
So crafting, public.
Unfortunately, like you don't know. You just buy the stuff, so you don't. It's not a critical fail, so you're not actually giving her bad information,
Mhm.
but you're not helping either. So it's
Right.
just what Clara rolled.
Gotcha.
You take a quick look at it, Clara. You don't think you've ever seen anything like this before. Not in person, at least. You've heard of people in your world. There's certainly a country that you know does this kind of thing, that they sort of invented weapons similar in style to what Prospero wields. But you've never been that far south. You've never really had the ability to look at it up close or talk to any of them about how it's made. So you're just looking at what you can see. There is a very significant odor to it that smells like fire. So like you could maybe guess sulfur, but beyond that, you know, it's more than just that. There's this smoky, ashy smell to it, and a very different consistency from just sulfur. You don't know the individual components that would make it up, though.
I'd relay that to the rest of the group. Would probably be best if we found somebody who at least like had a little bit. Maybe if we find Jenny Greenteeth again.
Whatever she is, I mean, she doesn't really appear. She kind of appears whatever she wants to appear at any given time and at any given day.
I said maybe.
I suppose it still wouldn't hurt to pass by the general store to see if we can pick up some provisions before we continue our journey. So, let's just pass by, see if I can get some information on powder, and then we can go to the abbey.
Sounds like an idea.
Let's go.
You stop by Lady Kate's Wonder Emporium, a very ostentatious name for what is just this woman's front room stuffed with oddities and passing baubles. I'd say if I'm pretty sure a powder horn is below level 4 as an item, so she would have one that looks like it could have. It's maybe a little dented, but clearly can be used exactly for what it is, and even a little bit of leftover powder inside of the powder horn.
I look inside. I go, this would be good for maybe like 8 shots. All right.
So you can, I don't know what it is in the. There's like a powder horn. You can go through the compendium and you can buy them from there.
I don't recall if I made it up just for the thing. I think it's just it could be in here. I don't.
I mean, gunslingers originated in Pathfinder, so it's got to be somewhere.
Right.
I'm looking.
Black powder horn, 5 gold.
Oh, beautiful.
Item 2. Yeah.
I look at Clara and everyone else, and I go, if Ireena asks, this was 50 gold.
Not a word. Getting a little.
Am I
on
still
my
carrying
nerves, too.
Aster?
I was gonna ask who still has Aster.
I think
Chance
at this
has
point
him,
he's probably
yeah.
woken up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, you're still carrying me, but I'm like, are we back in the store? I have a lot of money left.
Do you want anything? I'll just like carry him around to the shelves, like let him look behind me, like just.
Yeah, I'm still over the shoulders, and I'm like, this is nice.
While they're getting up to their shenaniganery, she
Shenaniganery.
nods when Prospero mentions that it was 50 gold, guys. She's like, honestly, that's been getting a little bit on my nerves with how secretive she is. Even the shy is more forthcoming. Don't know what she's hiding.
I look up from the shelves and I go, I got caught in the moment, but are we all really concerned about Ireena?
Well,
I think she's just. A shy will take care of it.
Wait, why is it Shy's responsibility? I thought we were all against the Shy at some point. Not that I was, but there was a lot of hostility towards the Shy, and then there was a lot of hostility towards, I mean, I don't know, everybody's gotten kind of heated.
we've all got stuff. It's just, and you who pointed out, Ireena was the only one who insisted we take the job when we were in the castle.
None of us agreed to that.
She so insistent, and I've been around grief. I get wanting to keep whatever's in that journal a secret, but don't know what Ireena wants at the end of the day. I think I can understand where all the rest of us are coming from, but more to Ireena than just grief. Rage.
DM, is Ireena around us?
Yeah, she's hanging around. She's kind of perusing the shelves as well.
I whisper to Clara and Chance in a huddle.
Aster's
And I
literally
go-
just pulling things off the shelf as we do.
Yeah.
And I go, I do not think it'd be wise to speak very clearly and openly next to someone who shares her bed and pillow talk.
Ireena has a lot going on too, but don't think there's any malice behind her.
No. But it seems that... No, but it seems that, you know, they're starting to care for each other more and more, which is a lovely thing. However, it may endanger us in the process.
Ireena's not the type to keep secrets, so if she figures out something, Ireena's going to know as well.
Aye. And we can't have Raina running off and alerting Lady Strahda that we are going to possibly, you know, subdue her. So,
Well, antidote to all of that is usually rooted in something divine, so on to the abbey?
aye, let's go.
I wonder if we can get a stein that you have, but make it with like holy water.
You know, I was thinking about that. The thing is, I didn't ken of any like enchanters or anything like that aside from Ginny Greenteeth that might have something like that.
She said she would at least get me the recipe so I can make my own. And once we are a bit more powerful, sometime one of my mentors, Peter, one of the other men in town, dared him to do a thing. He picked up a vial of holy water, tossed it, and then it exploded really hard. So maybe I could make it explode really hard at some point, but not yet. Those watching, Holy Cascade is a fuck of a spell with 500-foot reach.
Ha! Wait.
You
Hang
Before
on,
we
would it hurt me?
Positive / good damage.
Oh.
yeah, it'd
Yikes.
fuck you and
I gotta clear out the way real fucking quick.
what the
I mean-
I know we, oh sorry. Keep going.
I mean, 500-foot range, I can fucking metagame where it lands. Sorry, continue, Aster.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. I know we talked about this before about the shop, but it's like you said, if it's a common item, we could potentially find it.
It's anything that's your level or lower, you can find it there.
So
and
we
buy
could
it.
find wands, essentially.
Yes.
Hey, Clara, you do magic, and so do you, Chance. I found this one of like Mind Link, which seems pretty cool. Or
That's
this one of, yeah, it's a spell. It's a wand. Or there's this one that summons something. I don't know what kind of thing it summons, but that seems pretty cool.
I also grabbed a few things that can be used by any of us.
Ooh.
I have a few tokens. They turn into things.
Ooh,
and then
I got one of those.
And I also have this, and I pull out a deck of cards.
What's that about?
What kind of deck of cards?
It's a cantrip deck.
Ooh.
Sounds interesting.
There's only 24 of them, but it allows you to use whatever cantrip is on it.
Oh, that could be really handy.
And I mean, I think it's useful for anybody, so.
Also, while we're here, I tried to last time, but I can't really use the crossbow efficiently as well as I thought I could. Does anybody else want to use it?
When I use a weapon, I prefer to either attack with magic or a deity favors daggers like the ones I have, so I don't think I'd be very good with a crossbow.
I assume that was the case. Okay. I can't hear what you're saying. You're mouthing ancient scripts.
I just hold up my gun.
That's like the same thing, but more rudimentary, right?
Both have it bigger.
But boom, as opposed to.
Yeah, but these ones are silvered bolts in case we
What
were trying to
if
do more.
you attached like a little bit, like a little sack full of powder at the end of an arrow, and it hit and then it exploded?
Yeah, like a bomb arrow. Like, I don't know. Like I saw some kid one time with a green cap do
you
that.
want to roll the dice on this crafting check again, Clara?
I don't want to explode myself, thank you very much, and waste your finite resource, you bitch.
I'm down with making Rambo arrows. The issue
You
is
guys
that we just gotta.
are having this conversation as you're heading toward the Abbey. Are you going straight there, or I know Clara wanted to go by the pool, but if you want
Did
to save that for
Aster
later.
get anything at the store, or like? Did
No,
you
I
just,
bought
like,
way too much last time.
Okay,
so
I was
I'm
like,
good,
did you
yeah.
just steal a whole bunch of stuff?
No, I didn't steal anything. No. But are we stopping by the...
Whichever is closest to where the general store is, I suppose.
Well, looking at the map, the switchback that leads up to the Abbey actually passes right by the pond. Not immediately next to it, but the pond is in the village proper, and the Abbey is like on the hill that overlooks it.
Alright, we can do the pond first. Take a little look at
Okay.
that gazebo.
You guys start heading toward the pond and the gazebo, and we'll smash cut back to Ashai and Ireena.
Huh.
I guess we're naked.
It's only right.
I mean,
What
yeah.
an opening sentence. I guess we're
Yes,
naked.
We're naked.
Alright, so you're naked.
Reyna's just gonna go. I really did want a moment by myself, Ashai. I don't know why none of you understand that, but
I'll leave you alone later. Ashai is going to... How deep are these baths?
I mean, like, the shallow edge is like 2 feet, and the deep end is probably no more than 5 feet.
Where's Ireena sitting?
she's probably just standing on has her arms back on like the
Ledge.
Oh wait, it's only 2 feet.
The shallow is 2 feet.
She's just gonna be
the
sitting-
deep is like
Alright.
5 feet.
Okay, yeah, she'll be standing kind of like so. She like her chest is under the water on the edge.
Okay. She's gonna stand up and walk over to you and lean over you with her hands on either side of where you're sitting. I don't like being blindsided. And I have been betrayed before. And I don't want it to happen again. So, I think you are doing more for Strahda than just using her as a way to forget about your wife. And I lean in with my fangs starting to poke out and just brush them against her neck.
Oh shit. Yeah, Reyna's not gonna stop you at all. She's gonna let the lust that she's felt for Ashai like stay within the moment because she's felt it since day one. And then she'll say, "And what if I told you I was still working for Strahda?"
I just want to know what I'm dealing
Hypothetically.
with. Hypothetically. I won't stop you. Yet. But I want to know what you're up to.
I'm not going to hurt you, nor am I going to hurt anyone in the party.
What does she want from you? Still just like right up on your neck.
Because this is happening, I think Ireena isn't thinking clearly.
You can make a will save if you want.
Okay, hell yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna choose to fail the will save.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
And she's just gonna blurt out, she told me to keep an eye on you. On all of you.
Why?
She's not stupid. She knows the prophecy we've been tasked with.
If she is as you say she is, and always wants something in return, why would she change me for nothing?
Ireena's going to, like, grab your jaw and pull you off of her, but, like, keep your jaw in her hand. And just be like, you silly girl. You truly think this is for nothing? You think she doesn't want anything to do with you now?
I don't know what she wants.
You are hers now. She can do with you what she pleases. You are her spawn. She can snap her fingers and tell you what to do. She can force you to do things. She can take away your life. You didn't know this going into this deal. I do believe we are both under the spell of Strahda.
Hey, Shy, make me a will save.
Yeah. Public?
Yeah, that's fine. Ireena's words hit something in the back of your mind.
Oh no.
They remind you of when you were stuck in that cult. Every word that she's saying makes you feel more and more trapped in this moment. And you're so tantalizingly close to her neck. You can smell the blood in the air. You can choose to fail if you want, but there's enough of you in this moment that with Ireena holding you back, enough for you to pull away if you want.
Oh man.
But her words are, in every sense of the word, triggering. And we've discussed what makes you hungry.
I think I'm gonna choose to fail that. And you see her start like hyperventilating even though she does not need to breathe. And just pushes your hand away from her face and it just lays into your neck.
What do you do, Ireena?
Can I like visually see it's out of anger or like?
Make a perception check. This is a sense motive.
Public or private?
Private.
Sorry.
It's okay. Didn't happen.
What? You want me to do it again?
Yes, do it private. Sorry. You see in her eyes, her pupils dilate, the look of a cornered animal. And you probably get the sense of what sets off Ashai's bloodlust, the sense of being cornered, of being caught, being stuck somewhere she doesn't want to be. And that's all that gets through your mind before you see her fangs elongate and just... unless you try and stop her.
I think right as her her fangs do the thing, she'll just be like, Ashai, what are you doing? I don't think she'll stop her.
Pain biting into your neck. And pleasure.
Then she's definitely not going to stop.
You remember it was much more intense before, but this is still, even from a young vampire like Ashai, this sense of the intimacy of the act is enough to be both painful and pleasurable.
She tries to stifle a moan.
A moment passes before, Ashai, you feel your mind start to come back to you. You feel your mind start to pull away from the fight or flight, and you feel very satiated, like a starving person who has just had their first drink of water after getting out of a desert.
I think she immediately pulls away and just like very quickly backs away from you. I'm sorry.
Have you had enough?
She doesn't answer, she just backs away back into wherever the towels are and leaves.
Do I have puncture wounds now?
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck.
You reach up and feel like in a vampire saliva, there's a slight coagulant agent so that you don't bleed out from having your jugular pierced. So it's not like bleeding profusely, but you can clearly feel like where there will be scars.
Reyna's gonna...
There is blood trickling away from you in the water.
Reyna's just gonna watch her leave and not stop her. And just, like, stay in the bath. And just think about what the fuck just happened.
Smash cut to the other group. Who are just now getting past the shrine and the pond. I described it before, but I'll describe it again. A pool at the north end of the village that shimmers and sparkles even despite the overcast cloudy sky. Near its shore sits an old gazebo on the verge of collapse. A wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man, its paint chipped and faded, stands in the gazebo with arms outstretched as though waiting to be embraced. I think Clara pinned it that it could be a representation of the Morning Lord.
Before I go over to the water, I want to just enter the gazebo, take a closer look around, see if I can figure out any reason why it would be so dilapidated.
Make a perception check. You take a quick look around. It's definitely seen better days. The effigy is still whole, even though it's clearly gone a little bit to shit. There's nothing that you see, and you're certain that there's no sign of anything that really gives you a clue as to why this, what is clearly meant to be some kind of holy site, is in this state of dilapidation, whether it's because it honestly doesn't make any sense, is what comes to your mind, that there is an abbey dedicated, you assume, to the Morning Lord just up the hill, but there's this smaller shrine very nearby that has not been kept up. You don't see any offerings, you don't see anything that suggests that there are people maintaining it or praying to it. It feels abandoned in every sense of the word.
How old does it look?
Probably several hundred years old.
Do we know how old the Abbey is?
The Abbey, you would not know.
Okay.
Chance could make a history check.
Okay. Sorry, I was on mute.
You're just the only... Actually, Ireena could also make a history check.
And Ireena, do you think the Abbey is older, or this shrine?
I mean, if the Abbey was used as a
Sorry, not history, society.
I was just like, well, I don't have history.
Ireena thinks about it, and so does Chance. Chance, like, again, it bears repeating that you really haven't seen much of Barovia beyond the druid groves of the forest folk. But Ireena says, I don't know. Kresk is a bit far from Barovia. I've been to Vallaki a few times in my youth, but never Kresk. It's far and generally close off to people. The Abbey's been here for longer than I have, obviously. Looking at the... I mean, I really don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I look at, like, any of, like, tree growth? Anything that might be around or over?
There's definitely, like, vines growing up the post that show it's not been maintained for decades at least. But I don't think that even from a glance of the wood you could tell, like, when it was cut down or anything like that.
No tree rings that I can count.
You would need a proper point of reference to be able to...
Clara will take a sprig of dried lavender that she was saving, that we got from the florist, and she'll place it before the statue and then head towards the water's edge.
Make a secret religion check.
Would a place like this, even though it's like hasn't been maintained or worshipped properly, still be considered like consecrated, or?
The water itself is
Um,
holy, we know that.
I mean, it definitely
You-
In some
deflected a shy.
aspect.
I was gonna say, a shy definitely had a not great reaction to being in the general vicinity of the pond. You don't know if that extends to the gazebo as well, but Clara, you drop the lavender as an offering and make your way over to the pond.
I'll
The
follow.
water is crystal clear and beautiful. Like I said, there's an almost otherworldly shimmering that permeates it. Not like you're looking into a sea of stars or anything quite that dramatic, but almost like each snowflake that hits the surface of the water kind of gleams and shines with reflected light.
Clara will remove her boots, remove her socks, and just step in to the very edge of the water. Imagine Pokemon Forever, that scene with the lake and Celebi and Suicune, just
Mhm.
those kind of vibes.
Not
I've
spot
seen
there.
that movie so many thousands of times, so that's where I'm at personally.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
She'll
Um,
barefoot, she'll step into the edge of the water and just clasp her hands together and close her eyes.
Make me another religion check, secret.
Know what and she'll just start whispering under her breath. Don't know. Can hear me. This land. Don't know. Is listening. I am here. Have you to tell me?
The water is very cold. And the second that you put your feet into the pond, you almost immediately feel them go like pins and needles and then quickly heading towards numbness. But you maintain your pose, you whisper your prayer, and you reach out, hoping, praying, begging for the slightest touch of the woman that is the foundation of your faith. And you feel nothing. And then you see a gleam catch your eye. Something, at first you think it might just be one of the snowflakes dancing on the surface of the water, but it's coming from deeper down in the center of the pond, very all the way at the bottom. Something catching light, reflecting up towards you.
You said the water is crystal clear, right?
Yes.
How far away is that shining thing?
Maybe the thing about really, really clear water is that the depth of it can be really, really hard to gauge.
I've been
It
in
could
springs.
it could be 10 feet down, it could be 50, it could be 100. The pond itself is not extraordinarily large, and the part that you're in, at least, is only a few feet deep, but at the center of it, at its deepest, you have no way of knowing how deep it is.
Do I get a sense of what it is there?
Make a perception check. Secret. Something shiny, that's for sure. It's not something that's giving off light, it's something that's reflecting light. Metal? You can tell it's connected to something larger, like maybe a chest or something.
Do we see that like Clara's looking for something?
The rest of you,
I followed her to the edge of the pond because
Right, like we're there, but we're not touching the water. 'Cause we're both...
you can see Clara kind of like gazing intently into the pond, but like if you follow her gaze, you don't see anything.
Are there any fish or anything in this pond?
No. Just crystal clear water.
Clara will look to Aster, who's the little guy, and who hates water, Spro, who is Prospero and kind of slightly undead a little bit, Ireena, and her gaze will linger on Ireena.
You see Ireena. It looks like she's looking at it too.
See it?
I don't know what it is, but there's something.
Whatever is in there. Get the feeling it's important. How angry do you think they would be if we went for a little swim?
I don't know. They have hot springs, so it can't be that terrible.
Can I tie a rope to my spear to try and gauge the depth of this water?
That's literally what I was thinking, but I was just gonna use like a rock. You just need something heavy and small, so maybe not the spear. Do you want to do like a rock?
We can do a rock. Yeah, just something, and then tie some rope, and then gauge.
Sure. You got like 50 feet of rope, right?
Yeah.
Should we probably use a thinner string, like the yarn?
Okay, but only the cheap stuff.
Yeah, no. I would never use your precious material, but like if you want to gauge depth, that's generally what you would do unless you have a specific tool.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
No, wool stays warm when it's wet.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
And then I guess Chance will wade in as well.
Okay.
Just by the feetsies, all right? We're not going any deeper than that nonsense.
Just the feetsies. All right. So you tie a ball of yarn to the spear.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, to a rock.
No, like a rock.
Like
a rock.
instead. Yeah.
Okay. There's not any kind of check associated with this. You just like there's a lot of yarn in a yarn ball, you know. And you just throw the rock out as close to the center as you can.
Couple hundred yards at least.
Yeah, you see it unspool, and you're just kind of letting it drop and flow. It goes down, and then eventually stops, maybe about 120 feet.
Oof. Deep.
Okay, quick, pull it back up before the yarn starts to absorb more water when we get an inaccurate reading.
I'll pull it up.
Shall I tell the lot of you an interesting feat about me?
Well, you're
yes,
a pirate.
You don't need to breathe.
Aye. Yeah.
But it's holy water of some sort.
Can the rest of them see this shiny thing that me and Ireena see?
No. None of them, like, you see, they're all looking where you are looking, but you are the only one who sees it, and Ireena.
Ireena, that healing you gave me before. You are touched by something, Vine. Don't know what it is, if it is inherited through blood like Asimar or something like that, but it has to be one of us.
Okay. I'm not very athletic.
Neither am I. Well, she'll look to the rest of the team. Came to Barovia through water. Perhaps it is a sign.
Hey, that I did. So, by going in to find whatever it is you're looking for, I can't.
Well,
I cannot see it.
before
Can't
you
see
go
it.
in,
No.
I don't see anything. I was just checking the depth. But before you go into the water, can I come out and like drop some on him just to make sure it's not gonna like destroy him?
Throw
You
it
just,
at him.
You just like kind of splash it in my face.
Ah! You see him flinch. It doesn't burn you or anything. No.
Oh great! I was just gonna sink myself in the water, but you know, I guess now you just had to do the annoying little like bad dog thing onto me, I suppose.
Well, what if you had sunk yourself in the
Lightly
water and it killed you?
I would have been fine. If I died, oh well, whatever.
The way that that Prospero is an undead is a very different way from someone like a shy. So
I mean-
this kind of consecrated ground does not affect him the same way.
Anybody got a rope? I got like another 50 feet.
Pull out my
or
rope.
so.
I also have rope.
Alright, so let's tie the ropes together. Considering
Think-
it's 120
Hospital.
feet down. Aye.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be able to find it.
I mean, we could like tug him in the direction that you need him to go, maybe.
I think it has,
That's
it
what
has
I
to
was
be me.
thinking.
No. I think it has to be me.
Can you breathe underwater?
I can hold my breath. I can
Cool.
try.
Should I?
That's a long
Okay.
way down, though.
How about this? I have an idea. I'm a strong swimmer regardless. I can sink pretty well if I just, you know, do nothing. But if I swim, I swim. So, I'll go down with you. If you start to lose yourself, I'll bring you up.
That'll work.
I trust you.
Okay.
You.
I'm gonna also like offer the stone that we just used to sink. It's like you might need this to help you sink.
Put it like in your chest or something.
Yeah, I'm like, Clara doesn't weigh anything. She would just float and not go anywhere.
All right.
Take off my at least 6 layers of clothing. Lay them on the bank.
Clara, why are they so heavy?
I get cold.
It's
Yeah,
like when
Ireena looks over. Is like, it's really cold out. We don't all have natural.
no. It's like when Rock Lee takes off his weighted fucking.
Yes. Yes. Where that
Clara's
is all.
ripped.
No. Fucking any of you watching Demon Slayer, she's just Mitsuri 8 times the density of her muscle.
Literally.
Hang on a minute. Is there a boat nearby?
No.
No. Alright.
There's no. Yeah. This is like a small pond in the town center. There's no fish. There's no reason for people to like go out onto it, and it's very clearly like a sacred, holy place. People aren't going fishing on it. Unlike Lake Batatok.
So I'm gonna stick the spear into the embankment and wrap the rope around it so that we have some leverage if needed. For
I
She's
can also
down
hold
to
it.
a blouse
so-
and her pantaloons.
Just Clara and her skivvies starts wading out into the pond.
Still very little exposed skin, but there's significantly less fabric.
Sure.
we are
It's
still in winter time.
really fucking cold as you wade further in and the
Hey,
cold water
hey.
hits you.
Springs stay the same temperature year round.
This is not a spring.
Yes, it is.
I thought this was a different body of water.
This is a different
It's a
body of
spring.
water. This is not the spring.
It was the spring.
They're connected, but
Oh, they
this
are?
doesn't seem to be the source of it.
Mm.
Or maybe there's some kind of magic going on.
Ooh,
You
magic.
don't. It's
God,
true.
like,
You
test
you
you.
expected it. You expected it to be warmer, considering that there's a hot springs nearby that's connected to this pond. But the further you go down, the more it hits you, and as it hits your chest, you instinctively just let out all the breath that you've been like trying to keep in, just as your muscles clench around your chest, and you have to take a minute to just like relax and let your muscles expand again so that you can breathe. You get just to the point where your feet can only barely touch the ground while keeping your head above water. Prospero is there next to you.
You ready?
I was gonna ask you that question. Alright, yeah, I'm ready.
Don't think I have ever been ready for anything. Let's do it.
Right.
You dive in. You barely manage to hold on to your breath as it hits you in the face, this cold water, and you start swimming as best as you can. I don't know how much experience Clara has around water, but
There's probably like ponds in a river near her place that it's a survival skill. She knows how to
sure.
not die. Not anything
It's
fancy.
it's not necessarily fancy or pretty, but you can do a stroke through the water as you're trying to sink yourself in as deep down as you can. The embankment cuts off very steeply at this point, and it's still hard to see exactly how deep down it goes with just your eyes, but you know there's a fair amount ahead of you. The rest of you on the bank see the rope slowly starting to like pull out into the water as Clara dives deep. Prospero, I need you to make me a will save.
Wilson save, you say?
A Wilson save, yes, please.
Wilson.
Fun fact, when you're diving, if you're going really, really deep, pinch your nose and then blow out, and it can make your ears pop and help with the pain and pressure.
My foundry is frozen, so please tell me what you rolled.
16.
Blind?
Do it blind so that only you can see it, and then whisper me the answer in DMs.
Okay, so self-roll. Got it.
Yeah. Normally I would say secret, but I can't see the game right now.
I will send it to you,
Okay.
sir.
Doesn't sound like a good roll.
It's not a great one.
Okay. You are following Clara down into the water. And then you see, inexplicably, she seems to pull ahead of you. Very quickly. And you suddenly feel yourself like you hit a wall. And you can no longer follow her. You try and push through, but you're not making any progress, and you can tell that you're kind of stuck in the spot. Clara doesn't seem to notice and keeps swimming, her eyes firmly on the prize.
Fuck.
You see the rope trailing down towards her, still being like reeling
Can I
out.
reach out towards the rope?
You grab the rope. You grab it.
Can I hug her?
You tug her. Clara, you feel like a little jolt, and you look back, and you see Prospero is like much further back than he was last time you looked.
Give him a...
Hang loose.
No, that all clear, all clear, all clear. Does she feel anything down here, like pulling her? Does she see what she's swimming for?
You can still see the gleam, but you can tell like the longer you're sitting here, the less time you have.
She keeps going.
Yeah.
She and Ireena were the
Prospero.
only ones who could see it. At this point, she realizes she and Ireena were probably the only ones allowed to get to it.
Prospero, you see Clara just like give you a thumbs up and then turn around and keep swimming down.
Just go like... And I'm gonna like... try my damnedest to fucking like beat this wall.
The rest of you on the shore just see Clara take off past Prospero, and Prospero like he's trying to swim through molasses is just like stuck in place. Clara, you swim and swim. You can see the gleam ahead of you. And the gleaming, the sparkling that you saw on the surface, you can kind of see it a little bit in the water the further you go down. Little motes here and there of light, like something being reflected in the water. And the more you think about it, the stranger this thought is, because there is no sunlight in Barovia. There are no rays of light streaming down from the sky for anything to reflect off of. You don't know what's going on, but there is something magical happening here. That much is certain. You feel not quite water pressure, but the further down you're going, the harder it is for you to hold on to your breath. You hear chiming and little tinny bell-like sounds in your ears the further down you go. And you can't tell if it's because there's more magic going on, or if it's your ears if you're starting to hallucinate from lack of oxygen. There's a burning in your chest, completely at odds with the cold of the water around you. Do you keep going?
Yes.
You shake your head, clearing it, and continue to swim down, following the curve, this very steep curve down to the bottom of the pond. Still crystal clear, still as easy to see in front of you as there was at the surface. I need you to make me one more secret religion check. Well,
And we're
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. We had some technical difficulties during the last 20 or so minutes of the stream before we took a break. So let me do a brief recap of what was actually really fun and I wish you all could have seen. I think it cut off around the point where Prospero got stuck at an invisible barrier in the pond in Kresk. And Clara, looking back and seeing that he was stuck, decided to continue going forward, even though it was dangerous, because she thought that she was the only one that could go down and get whatever it was at the bottom of the lake. She did so, going down to the bottom of the lake, and after a couple of not-so-great rolls, was stuck down there for longer than she would have hoped before wrenching a chest out of the dead center of the pond, losing her breath in the process. Everybody else, seeing her starting to drown, dives in after her but cannot pass through the barrier. She makes one last desperate reach for the rope floating and misses. And, as I said, begins drowning. Luckily, Ireena is able to dive in through the barrier and grabs her and pulls her back to the shore, the chest still firmly in her grasp. And they get her back to the shore, but she's not breathing, as her lungs are full of water. A few more unsuccessful rolls later and medicine checks, Ireena finally manages to summon the healing power that she used once before during the fight with the druids, and manages to purge the water from Clara's lungs and revive her. And that is where we left off.
Okay, let's not do that again.
Okay.
Lyra, what is that?
Don't know, but felt important. When I was down there, felt like there was sunlight.
Underwater?
Yes. Yeah.
You said this is the Morning Lord's water or something.
There's a lock on the chest, right?
Yes.
And
I think actually this is also a fairly good time for Ashai to come walking by as she leaves the hot springs. Looking maybe a little hurried. No Reina behind her.
I mean,
you
would
see-
she be that close to the water, or is she gonna...
She's giving it a wide berth, but
Okay.
You see her like walking past the pond.
Okay.
I don't know if she's coherent enough to look and notice you all, but you definitely notice her.
probably not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Shy. We found something, and Clara nearly drowned. She's okay now. It's fine.
What happened?
She's
She's like yelling this from across however far
Yeah.
she needs to.
we found a chest.
Okay.
Or she found a chest. We couldn't see it. Only she could.
Whatever this is, let's keep it quiet for a minute, okay? It's until we know.
Are you alright?
Ireena just pulls Clara into a hug.
Dude.
Yeah, just bear hug.
I'm gonna
like,
get all
I
of
thought you were-
Clara's.
I thought you were dead.
Thank
I
you.
should have done it. It should have been me.
No,
I should have.
wait. Hey. We're a team. We have each other's backs. We got it out. Together. Went in there because I trusted you all to get me out.
I'm gonna get all of Clara's clothes and just like throw them on top of her so she doesn't freeze to death.
Yeah, I I'll pull on the biggest cloak, then like under that do the little shimmy where you're wearing a shirt, but you take off your bra and you don't take off the shirt, and I'll just get the wet clothes off that way. Squeeze out my hair.
Do you want me to try to open it?
New big looks.
Mm,
What does it, now that we have a minute to examine it, what does it look like? Is it engraved? Is it...
Make a perception check. This can be out front.
Can I also do that?
Yeah.
Gotta load up my character sheet, 'cause Foundry crashed a minute ago.
Hey!
Nat 20 for Esther.
Yeah, there. I'm still a
Um,
little. I'm still.
yeah.
I'm hanging out
Understandable.
in a state.
You take a very close look. It seems like a very tight and well constructed. It looks very similar to all of the evergreen trees around some kind of really nice evergreen wood. I'm blanking on the kinds of trees that are around in winter.
Probably some poplar trees, because that just seems goth.
Sure, let's say poplar, with gilded gold ornamentations on like the corners and edges. The lock is also made out of gold, and yes, there is an engraving in it, and it says.
What language, though?
It is would be the equivalent of common. It would be quote-unquote Barovian, but it's essentially just a dialect of common. They speak the same languages that you speak. An engraving that says, "In honor of Saint Markovia."
Do you guys think this is the sword?
Holy, the prophecy.
Oh my gosh, we have to get this open. Wait a minute, is this a magic lock?
Can I examine the lock?
It's like 2 feet by 2 feet.
Yeah, it's not very large.
That's probably not. Something as good is in there, though.
I see what keeps freezing my foundry. This particular journal entry keeps freezing my foundry. Hold on, I have to restart it again real quick. You take a look at it. The lock. Do you have like detect magic or?
Well, as soon as I can get back into foundry, I'll tell you.
Sorry.
I think I do.
I do not, but isn't identify magic like an occult skill or something?
Well, there is a spell called Identify Magic, but there's also a skill check that is Identify Magic Item.
Oh.
What do we know about Saint Markovia?
Mm-hmm.
Ireena could make a society check or a religion check. Actually, and Prospero, you've been in Barovia long enough that you could maybe have caught onto this bit of history lore.
What would you have me roll?
Yes,
society
I do have
or religion.
I do have detect magic as well, by the way. So.
The way that it works is if there's magical items around that you aren't aware of, like it doesn't automatically ping off of your magic items because you are aware of them already. It just tells you if there is magic in the area, and you do feel a ping of magic in like the 30-foot area around where you are. It doesn't tell you what it is or where exactly it is, but there is magic.
Is the roll public or blind?
Blind, please.
Okay. Blind.
So Prospero, obviously the abbey up on the top of the hill is the Abbey of St. Markovia. You know that much. Saint Markovia. The canonization of saints in most religions is not something done lightly. It is only given to people who exemplify the traits of their favorite deity in the greatest and grandest of gestures. And consecrated grounds like this pool are generally sites of places where that thing happened, or where their remains are interred. Saint Markovia, became canonized because there was an incident a couple hundred years ago, long after Barovia fell into where it is now, that there was an incident where a criminal in Crest at that time was essentially about to be lynched, that the townsfolk of that time had found him guilty, and he was guilty, and were torturing him and about to light him on a pyre. And Markovia came and stopped them and preached to them forgiveness, or at least not to descend to the same depths of evil that those that they railed against also felt. And the criminal in question, not only did she prevent the townsfolk from continuing on with what they were doing, she also, with her actions, inspired the criminal to turn over a new leaf and became a disciple of the abbey nearby. And that was the event that canonized Markovia into a saint of the Morning Lord.
I will relay that information to the rest of them. However, I will lead with the pretense of, so this is going to be a stretch, and you're going to be surprised of how I know this. But there was this one guy in a bar in Vallaki who had a lot too much to drink, and he said he was like a former priest of this church, and da-da-da-da-da, and then I...
Affiliation. Beginnings. Perhaps then it is not a weapon. Something to help enact change.
Chance, did you by chance... Oh.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Giggles.
Did you take a look at the look and see if it was enchanted?
Something around is enchanted. I can do a dispel magic on the lock just in case.
I'll be ready, and I have my thieves' tools already out.
Alright, now I'll cast dispel magic on the lock just in case there is a magic spell.
Alright, so I know I literally did this to myself, but I still don't entirely understand how counteract checks work in 2nd edition.
I don't either.
What?
Essentially, when you are dispelling a magical effect, you're attempting to counteract the DC of the magic that you're dispelling.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'm just going to give it a level DC, and you will make a counteract check against that DC.
Public or
so, this can be public. It's fine.
Oh, come on.
No.
We're back from the break, so you have another hero point if you want.
Okay. It's not giving me the option to re-roll that.
Just
I'll just
do it
use the
again.
counteract.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
god!
Dude, we're
That
fucked.
is you. Well, so you send the magical energy out, attempting to dispel magic if there is some on the lock. And you can tell that your magic has just like, just kind of like farted out onto the lock. If there is magic here, you're certain that you did not dispel it.
I don't know if it's magic or not. Something's magic.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and lockpick it anyway.
All right, go ahead and make a thievery check.
I would
Let's
suggest everyone stand back.
Yeah, well, I'll move.
Meanwhile, Ashai is still like 50 feet away, yelling at everybody. At what point does Reina leave the bathhouse?
Probably soon after.
Okay, so about the time that everybody moves away from Prospero, you all see Reina.
Whoa.
Okay, sorry.
Before she walks up, she's going to make sure that her neck is covered.
I figured.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and make a pick a lock check.
Me?
No, me.
No.
Oh.
Prospero.
I was like, what?
Make a pickle check.
Yeah, you.
Make a pickle check.
Make a pickle check.
Pickle check.
Me-
Pickle check.
me making a pickle check.
Stop!
on
I want
the-
pickles now. I don't have any pickles.
Pickle check.
Okay.
Didn't get our pickles are good.
Public.
Yeah, these can be public. It's fine.
Right. Oh.
24.
alright.
That is going to be one success.
Okay.
You are one success. You are fiddling around inside this lock, and it is a lot more sophisticated than you were expecting. And there definitely is some kind of magic at play here, as you can feel like the tumblers are like moving around as you're trying to figure everything out. You do manage to get a couple of the tumblers into the right place as you're like holding the lever in place. You're gonna have to keep going though, because this is a complex lock and requires more than one success.
Oh,
Uh,
you tricky
Sarah-
dicky.
Wait 1 second. Terra will go back to Prospero and give him a guidance.
Guidance +1.
Hey, thank you.
I also do any like religion or arcana checks on the lock just to assist. Or is the guidance all I can do?
The magic that Prospero is seeing is not like a kind of trap. It's something to augment the complexity of the lock, essentially.
Alright, I will do it again.
While you're working on that,
And
I
you-
have a
and you get
question
a
about the
+1
chest.
stat bonus.
+1, baby. Do I just stack it onto my thing?
Yeah, it should, when you click it, it should say if there's any modifiers. And you just put +1.
Mr. Jonathan,
Yes.
since I succeeded at perceiving the chest, would I be able to gauge how old generally this chest is?
Usually, yes. The construction of it, though, the magic that Chance detected might also be something that is augmenting the chest itself to prevent it from decay, because, like I said, it looks as though it was just placed in the water yesterday. There's
Right.
no sign of rust or corrosion or the wood starting to decay or anything. So it's really not... You can't place it how long it's been down there.
Okay.
Let's go! Another 24.
That
Nice.
is a second success. You feel a few more tumblers into place. You feel like you're almost there. You're really, really close to popping it open.
Oh, this will work out! Ah, Clara! Clara!
Yes.
Ever seen a dead man sweat, and yet He has, like, he's beaten up. So, soak me, please. This is complex surgery that's going on right now.
I get his special flask.
That's not what I asked for, but thank you.
I don't know what you wanted me to do.
Take a towel and dab it on my
Okay.
Dab the sweat away from his forehead as he goes in for another check.
Okay, here we go. My +1 is for an hour.
It's only for the next check that you do. So
Got it, okay.
you're immune to guidance for the next hour, unfortunately.
Got it.
It's rather you choose which roll to use the bonus on before rolling. So you
I
could,
used it on the on the
Okay.
last one. So
yeah, then you don't have it anymore.
10-4. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, before rolling. So
Big money. Is a 22 there?
click. The lock opens.
Ah. I feel like I just gave birth. Holy shit.
No, you don't trust me. I've seen births. It's not like that.
Why are you coughing? You just picked a lock. Also,
Ireena-
you don't really breathe that much.
While this is going on, Ireena goes over to Reyna, and just immediately throws her arms around Reyna.
She's all wet.
Yeah.
No,
she's
I dried off. Oh,
No,
Ireena.
Ireena.
is.
Ireena is wet.
What happened to you?
We almost lost Clara. We saw something at the bottom of the pond, and we thought it might have something to do with the Taroka reading that you mentioned, and well, it could have gone better. But she's all right. But she came really close to dying, and I just needed a hug. Sorry.
No, that's all right. She'll hug her back. Big bear hug.
Gives you a smooch on the cheek. Before turning back around to watch the unveiling.
I was like, are we gonna open the chest?
Yes, obviously.
Do open it.
You,
And everybody dies.
Astrid's like this, like
Boom.
you open the chest. The interior is completely dry. You see this cloth-covered something in the chest. Slightly smaller than the width of the chest, like 1.5 feet long. You pull the cloth off, and you see a broken sword. There is a hilt and maybe about 2 inches of the fort of what was clearly a very nice longsword with like a jagged cut. And you can see the faintest smearing of what is clearly very old blood.
Sarah will raise her fingers along the edge of the sword. She'll meet eyes with Prospero, who's probably still holding the box. I think we just found there's something interesting for our host.
Sure.
Chance? Is that magical? Is this the magic?
How long does Dispel Magic work? Let's see.
You can pop it again. It's
a
only
It's a cantrip. Yeah, I'll do it again.
The magic around you could actually physically see a faint shimmer of dispelling magic when you opened the box. So whatever was around it was let go after it was opened. So you're like, okay, let's see if this thing is magic. You pop your detect magic. Nothing. There's no magic in the area that you're not already aware of.
It may need to be reforged first.
Well, I think we know just the man to do it.
You're right.
I think you could probably put down my my particular project for something of this magnitude.
Can you remind us what the sword prophecy bit was? Because I
One more
don't
time?
remember. Can you remind us what the sword prophecy bit was? Because I don't remember.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Oh, tight! I can't read.
Is the
I-
shy still close by?
The treasure you seek is hidden behind the sun in the house of a saint.
Hey, I got it.
She's still
got it.
standing like 50 feet away. I'm just
You
standing there.
Chance
said
wants
there's
to test
blood
something.
on it?
Can we keep like save the blood just to find out who maybe?
That's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, same hat, same hat.
If we just wet something and have it like wipe it off the blade, it'll stay on whatever we wet.
I'll say make I would call this probably also a medicine check.
Well,
Oh,
guess
yes.
who's conscious and good at medicine?
Please,
Yeah.
because we have completely shown that we are not. There
29.
we go.
29.
Nice. Yeah, you it's very clearly like very, very old blood, but you have plenty of wet clothes around. So you grab like a cloth that's you think about it for a second, and you, rather than like going to the pond, you get some of the snow and wipe it onto the cloth to make it wet, because you don't know what the pond really does still. It's clearly magical in some way. I think the people have mentioned that it has some kind of healing properties, and you don't know what that would do to like old blood. So you just smear some snow and melt it onto a cloth and rub it off, and you have a cloth with some re-wetted blood.
Could we say instead that we wet it and put it like in a vial once it's moist?
Yeah, but yeah, that can be part of it. Like you have to get it wet and get it onto the thing.
Got
and
the
then
blood
like,
preserved.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you wring it out into a vial. Sure.
Okay. Can I? I'm gonna. Astra's gonna take the vial. Can I just borrow this real quick? Just real quick.
Oh, you're good at figuring things out.
I ran over to a shy.
Oh,
You first of all, does this make you feel gross, or do you like this? And I start holding it up to her.
Sword or blood?
Thou who sucketh the bloodeth now. The one we just got off the sword.
Okay, I was just asking if you were holding up the blood or the sword.
No, not the sword. No, not the sword. The blood.
I don't know.
I mean,
Do I
it's-
react to it at all?
Is it familiar? Is it like Strahda's blood?
Make a survival check, I think.
We survive in a society.
That's not even...
Ooh, he's trying. I'm not good at
well, a lot of us are.
survival.
We are just surviving.
Damn,
Um,
sucks.
You have just fed, so the blood doesn't really like hit you super hard or anything. I don't think that you never smelled Strahda's blood, so you can't tell with just a whiff whether like it belongs to her or who it belongs to. It doesn't smell familiar, at least. I only mentioned Strahda because everyone was like, "Is it Strahda's blood?"
That was just me, okay? I'm theorizing.
I'm gonna yell at.
It doesn't trigger you into a blood frenzy or make you feel any kind of way.
Means nothing to me.
Not to be, out of character assumptions, but would I, my little pea brain, know that she's not reacting to blood in a usual fashion, like in any sense of like feedings or anything like that?
Make an esoteric lore check.
Esoteric lore! Cool.
Do the thaumaturge thing.
I know what supernatural creatures do, alright?
I mean, you haven't seen a shy go into like a blood frenzy or anything before. You've heard about it for sure, and you know about vampires, and you can vividly remember the last time a shy fed, and that was quite a few days ago. You would expect a bit more of a reaction from her, even if like this wasn't. It's not a lot of blood, but if she was hungry, she would. At least you would have seen like some dilation of the pupils or anything like that.
I squint at you. Where were you while we're here?
We went for a run and then took a bath because we smelled very bad.
Who?
You saw me go out with Ireena.
I get really close to you. Did you feed on Ireena?
Esther, go away.
A shy.
Go! No!
Can I interrupt them because I don't know what they're saying? It's like
Yeah, you just walk over.
No, I'm just gonna yell from where we're at. And it's like, I have a theory. Maybe just a theory. Can you move closer to the pond now?
Oh. Hey, yeah, no, I like what you're thinking again.
Is it still super bright?
It is still super bright to you.
I am going to stay here, thank you.
If Prospero's story is to be believed, the consecration of the pond was due to the act that St. Markovia did, not necessarily the presence of this artifact.
Can I bottle some of the water from here?
See, we're just on the same page right now. I was thinking the same fucking thing.
You grab a vial and pull the water in and hold it up. You see it glimmering a little bit, but even like as you're watching, you see the glimmer starts to fade as it's taken away from the source.
Like the spring in the Great Deku Tree Island in Zelda Wind Waker.
It only works if it's
Not sponsored.
part of. What does it
Not
do? Do we
sponsored.
know what it does?
This has like
The Crest
Healing
Guides
property.
have mentioned that it has some kind of healing properties.
Okay.
Apparently not enough healing properties to prevent Clara from drowning, but
Apparently.
apparently not. I
So
turn back-
that-
Makes poison.
I turn back to the party and go, can I hold on to this? Is that okay? Are we good? I got pockets. You got pockets.
Considering that Chance and Aster went to go over to a shy who's away from.
no,
the-
only Aster is by a shy.
Yeah, Chance is still over
just
there.
yelling.
I'm just yelling
Chance is still
across.
there? Okay. Sorry, my voice is not doing too well. I'm gonna look at Chance and kind of, or not Chance, Clara, and whisper, I do not think it'd be wise to let Ireena be privy to what's in this box, or that we're getting it fixed.
Think he would turn on us?
I don't know, but I don't want to take that chance.
Not that second chance.
No pun intended. Pun definitely intended.
Definitely intended.
Jonathan, there's a Tarrasque in the water, right?
Don't like keeping
That's-
secrets. She
Do
is
I hear-
flawed, but she's still one of us.
Do I hear this conversation, or are y'all whispering to each other?
If you want to hear this conversation, you can.
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah.
keep it. They're trying to keep it from Ireena
Yeah.
and Ireena and the shy, not you guys.
Chance will like just kind of scooch over and be like, "She keeps a lot of secrets from us. Why don't we keep a few from her?"
It's not even a thing of tit for tat. It's more so just. I think it's best that we don't make it known to her that this is potentially a weapon that can kill Strahda. So,
She asks me not good liar.
I will do my best to cover for you, obviously.
Yes, Aster, do you have something?
Okay, so I'm gonna pocket this now. Nobody responded to me. It's going in my pocket.
So, and to keep Ireena from seeing what's in the thing, I am going to shove all the pieces in my sleeves of holding of the sword.
Hey, there we go.
It's just the one piece. It's the
It's just
hilt
the one,
with the jagged.
Oh, okay, yeah,
like,
okay. I'll shove the one piece in my sleeves
like-
of holding.
One piece? Not sponsored.
The One
Gear 5.
Piece!
Gear
The
5!
One Piece is real!
I throw
Not
Prospero in the water. Nope.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, it's just the hilt and the crossguard
Okay.
and like the first
Okay.
2 or 3 inches of the fort with like a jagged cut diagonal. And it still has a very sharp edge,
Okay,
aside from the jagged broken part.
I'll use the cloth that was over it to wrap it before putting it in my sleeve.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, you do
Then
that.
I'll close the lid. Actually, just to make it sound like there's something in there, I'll take Reyna's flask and I'll put it in the box and I'll close it.
Don't like keeping secrets. Potential for drama is just so good.
Exactly, that's why we love the secrets. Anyway, you
Like
all
fighting.
start to make your way
Little
to
baby.
where Ashai, Ireena, and Reyna are waiting. Since the Ashai is not getting any closer, that's for sure.
Is someone going to explain to me why we went for a swim?
We saw a shiny.
We got a shiny.
As in a weapon?
Just a box, really. I don't think.
Oh.
It's...
There was like a little blood in there. That's why I was trying to get a shy
I'm
to
gonna
Just-
throw a rocket.
There
What's
was
this in the
blood in the
box?
box?
Yeah, but somebody isn't like, apparently like it's weird. Her nose is off. Like she just doesn't want blood right now. It's kind of crazy. Like usually vampires have like an instinct urge to feed. You know, given
I'm just gonna run over
insert
to
time.
Aster and put my
Aster,
hand over his
don't-
mouth.
Don't say the V word, please.
Patrina!
Right, then, so I'm gonna go back.
Proceed.
So let's go back to the hotel, or not hotel, the house that we're staying at.
The blacksmith.
To be fair, it's still like this all
Early,
happened
right?
in the span of like 2 hours.
Did
I
you
probably
even-
hasn't eaten his
It's
breakfast
not
yet that
even-
we left for.
Yeah, it's not even noon yet.
Did you even go to the abbey yet?
Not
No.
yet.
I haven't made it there yet.
We could.
Irina's like, we were going there, but this was kind of on the way, and we got a little sidetracked.
And is any one of you going to explain what was inside the box? Other than
I
just...
just look at Prospero.
Blood,
Blood.
apparently.
I
There's
don't know. It's
nothing-
magically sealed. But there's something in there.
You couldn't get it open?
No. Got the lock off, but
I'm
for
gonna
some
whi-
reason I can't. fucking
While,
punch
while
it.
while they're talking, I'm just gonna whisper. Aster's like, "Not telling them. We're not telling them what's in the box."
Why not?
I still got my hand over your mouth. Tell you later. Shh.
Asta,
Can
why don't you
I...
accompany me? Why don't you accompany me over to the house? Clara, you as well. Chance, Reyna, and Ashai and Ireena. Why don't you go to the abbey?
Yes.
No.
Why don't I go to the abbey, Prospero?
Ashai quite
right.
literally cannot go to the abbey.
Wait, but I.
Didn't we want to
wanna go to the-
send a raven or something?
You,
Yeah, but-
you guys have to send a raven to the house.
Can you say that and not that?
He said you have
I
to send a
smacked
raven.
Shai.
Wait, no. Can someone actually remind me why we're sending the raven?
You
To-
guys are supposed to inform the cities, the places we previously stayed, because of the vision of attacks.
Okay, cool. I will go send the raven out to the other cities in the area.
We can
You
only do one
guys-
at a time, so it's to be like several people, right? Is that how that works?
No.
No?
I don't-
It does not-
All of us can talk to the ravens now, so we can send them.
Oh, I don't know how the Raven bands work.
We have bands. Yeah.
It literally says it on the thing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go read it again.
Maybe if you used your eyes, you would know how
Maybe
to...
if you
David
read-
doesn't read.
David?
I read!
No, you
doesn't.
Ireena! Not Ireena, Ireena.
I think Prospero, I think it'd be better if Aster went with us to the Abbey.
Okay, so...
By all means, if you think that's best, go right ahead.
So, well, we can keep our main groups that we had. So they were going to send the messages. We continue to the Abbey.
Oh yeah, we can.
Sure.
That's
Do
a smart idea.
Yes.
Ireena is desperately holding on to Reyna's hand during all of this.
Ireena, you can
homosexual gay.
stay with her if you want to.
I'd like that. Just a little shaken after all that.
What's
It's
your
completely understandable.
So Ireena, Reyna, and Ashai head back to the blacksmith's house, and everybody else heads to the Abbey.
Can I trail behind the Abbey group for a little while and see how close I can get to it and see if I get the same energy from the church they went to in Vallakovich that one time?
It's going to take them a hot minute to walk up the switchback toward the Abbey, but you can if you want. If you want to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn to Reina. You can have your moment alone now. We'll meet you back at the house.
That's very kind of you, Ashai.
I would like to stay vigilant.
Makes sense for Prospero.
So then, Ashai, make a stealth check against everyone's perception DCs that's going to the Abbey. If
Are you
you're trying to be unseen.
Blind? Or
Since it's against them, you can just do it public.
Okay.
Your DC is 10 plus your modifier.
Hero point.
Oh,
I mean,
worse.
yeah.
Eight.
Oh, fuck you.
Ashai is the shadows.
That's my thing.
True. It's
You keep a healthy distance behind them, not so far that you're like completely out of sight of them, but the switchback has plenty of like rocks and crevices to hide behind. So even if Prospero is keeping an eye out, you've been with these people long enough to know their ticks and when to dart behind a tree or a rock. And you follow them up the switchback, which takes it goes back and forth a few times. And it is a fairly decent ascent. Not ridiculously hardy, but enough that most everybody is breathing a little heavier as you get closer and closer. But Ashai, as you get closer and closer, you are waiting for a moment where you feel that same kind of repulsion that you felt at the pond or at the church in Vallakovich. And you get really close. The rest of the group is basically almost at the doors of the Abbey, and you're not far behind, and you still don't feel any kind of repulsion.
I wait for them to go in and then turn back and go back to the blacksmith's house.
Okay. Meanwhile, to be a little more fancy description for the rest of the party, since you were just seeing how close you could get, the rest of you, the road from the village climbs above the mist to a wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by fairly well-oiled hinges. They're very clearly locked, and you can hear sounds of movement coming from the abbey, and what sounds like maybe combat, like the sound of steel against steel, and grunts of exertion. I'd say Prospero, you, I think, have the most martial training of anyone in this group. It sounds very much like people going through combat drills.
Okay.
Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey is mostly quiet from what you can see. There are two wings that are joined by a 15-foot high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke. And there are two guards on duty. You see two what are clearly like Kreskites that have like pikes. They look very similar to the ones that you saw on the walls of Kresk the first time that you came in. And one of them holds up a hand and is like, "What business have you at the Abbey?"
We were asked to come here by the burgomaster.
Make a persuasion check.
Why can I not find persuasion? I'm blind. That's why. I really am blind. Why am I not finding persuasion?
Sorry, it's diplomacy.
Okay, I was just like, I know I have something.
Please forgive my brain getting confused between
blind or public?
Blind, please.
Okay.
They look back and forth at each other, and you see them kind of whispering at each other, and says, "Just a moment. I believe you, but I need to check with one of the Bellevues before I let you in."
Of course. Understand.
And then you hear a voice from behind them say, "Not to worry, I am already here." You see, walking up to the gate, a fairly stocky, heavy-set man with black hair in like a buzz cut, wearing heavy armor. There's a flail at his side. He has very sharp cheekbones. And you see him immediately starting to unlock the lock that keeps the gate closed. And he says, "Forgive them. They are just doing their job, but you are, of course, welcome here if the burgomaster says you are. I think he mentioned there's a few less of you than I'd imagine there would be, but Cloven Bellevue at your service, please. How can I assist?" And he, a very light squeak as the gates open, and he invites you into the Abbey.
Walk in. Did we keep any bottles of wine that we could possibly offer them as a peace offering?
Cough, cost, Prospero, cough, cough.
Alright, fine, here.
He holds up a hand and says, "No, thank you. I never touch the stuff."
Okay.
Please
Prospero has
come.
no-
Rare opinion around here.
And, well, we'll discuss it more when we get inside. Please. He lets you all into the Abbey, and as you all enter and go closer and get yourself into the Abbey fairly easily, that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh.
I know, it feels so early, but we also started early, so...
Did. Actually like that start time.
We'll see. We'll discuss it.
It was nice.
It was nice.
It was
Thank you
nice.
all for joining us. Once again, I'm Jonathan Kenny, or J. Lawrence Kenny. These are the Forget-Me-Nots. All of our information is down there and over there, or maybe it's over there, up there. I don't know where it is, but you can find it all. All the art that we've used with permission, all of our personal information, links. Please follow us everywhere, and follow us here, and join us for all of the shenaniganery, because there's plenty of it.
Shenaniganery.
Shenaniganery.
Chicanery, if you will.
But we will see you next week. Until then, have a pleasant life.
Bye.
Don't die.